I hope you all are fine and the life is becoming slightly easier. Okay, but still take great care of yourselves and keep away from corona. All right. In the previous session, we learnt last 3 types of chemical reactions. That is displacement reaction, double displacement reaction and redox reaction. I hope you are doing well in it. I hope you have understood it. All right. So today we shall be concluding the chapter, leaving out the activities for you to do. It will be self-study. Please, there are certain about 12 to 13 activities in your textbook. You have to read yourselves, understand them well. All right? And the school is giving you a short break and you will start your online studies again from 2nd June. Correct? So till then, you have to prepare yourself well. On the very first day, that is either on the 2nd or 3rd June, I'll take a test of chemistry chapter, specially only including or covering the activity parts. So in the test, I'll be asking only those questions which are activity based. All right. In between, I'll give you a little bit of notes. All right. So you can study that as well. I'll give you PDF of notes. All right. Fine. Now see children, there are so many things made up of metals. All right. At home and in our surrounding. The windows, doors, the grills, correct? Bridges, car bodies, right? And many other things you will find in your surrounding. Well, these days, the furniture made up of metals have become very popular. All right. So, do we need to take great care of this objects made up of metals? Sure, we need to take care. And how do we take care of it? All right, we'll discuss that. Why? Why we need to take great care of things which are made up of metals, especially iron? Yes, they rust when they are exposed to moist air. In dry air, they won't react. But in moist air, they will react. All right, they will react with moist air, forming rust. They form rust. And the process of formation of rust by any metal when it is exposed to moist air is called rusting. All right. Now, try to understand please. Rusting. Take an example of iron. The outer layer of iron or outer surface of iron when exposed to moist air, all right, that is oxygen and moisture, both are present. Oxygen will combine with iron forming iron oxide. Remember, metal combines with oxygen to form metal oxide. So almost all metals, depending upon their reactivity, recall the reactivity series. One which are very reactive easily combines with oxygen. Those which are less reactive doesn't combine easily with the oxygen. But metals do form metal oxides. Especially those are reactive and those metals which fall in middle order of reactivity. Gold, silver, mercury, they hardly react. They do not react. They are inert metal. They are stable metal. Is that clear? Gold will never form gold oxide. Silver will, all right? Silver forms silver oxide because pure silver won't. If you have ornaments made up of silver, yes, it will. Okay. Fine. Now, iron, it forms iron oxide on its surface because the surface is exposed to moist air. Now, this iron oxide keeps on thickening, and after it has become thick enough, the layer just gets uprooted from the base and then it falls off. So the inner layer of that iron gets exposed to moist air now. Alright? and then again iron oxide. Alright, the oxide of iron is formed. It thickens a bit, separates, that layer separates from the iron and falls off. So still the inner layer of iron gets exposed to air. Iron oxide is formed. This way the process continues till all iron is eaten up. Iron is eaten up. Iron is eaten up. Means the iron gets destroyed. This is called corrosion of iron. It is called corrosion of iron. Alright? Now, as I said, most of the metal will react with moist air, forming metal oxide. As for example, copper. Have you seen any copper utensils? Have you seen greenish patch on it? You may have. That greenish patch that you observe on the layer of copper vessels is copper oxide. Alright? Then on silver ornaments, right? It's white, shiny, but then it becomes little bit dull and black. That is nothing but formation of silver oxide. Alright? Okay. Again, don't tell me that silver is less reactive. So how does it form oxide? It forms because the silver metal and silver ornaments, they are not of pure silver. If it is pure silver, it will hardly react with oxygen. Anyway, now children, what is corrosion? Now, as we saw in iron, the oxide of iron becomes thicker and that layer separates from the iron. It doesn't happen in copper, it doesn't happen in silver. So there is slight difference between rusting and corrosion. Corrosion definitely takes place after rusting. But after rusting, every metal do not corrode. Yeah, they do corrode, but to greater or lesser extent. As for example, iron corrodes very easily, whereas silver and copper do not corrode easily. There is corrosion, but the corrosion takes place after a very, very long time. So corrosion process is slow in some metals and corrosion process is fast in some metals. The best example where corrosion takes place, alright, is iron. And people spend, the whole world spend millions and millions of rupees to replace the damaged iron, the corroded iron. So it is essential that we take great care of iron. We have to prevent corrosion of iron. Now, how to prevent corrosion? We know the cause. Iron, when exposed to moist air, it combines with moist air or oxygen and iron oxide is formed. So what we have to do if we have to prevent corrosion? Yes, iron should not be allowed to come in contact with moist air. And for that, what can we do? We can cover the iron surface with something so that even if moist air is present surrounding it, it doesn't come in contact with the iron. In between there is a wall which disrupts the contact of iron with the atmospheric air. Alright. So, what is the cause of rusting? Okay, what is rusting? The process of formation of metal oxide, or when metal exposed to moist air, metal oxides are formed. This metal oxide is called rust and the process is called rusting. Alright. When rust forms on the metal and in a while, if it falls off, leaving the other layer or inner layer of the metal exposed to moist air, which further forms iron oxide, falls off and gradually eats up the metal, then this process is called corrosion. Or simply you can say the successive rusting of metal is known as corrosion. Successive rusting. It rusts, rust falls off, again it rusts, rust falls off. So one by one, one after one, okay, rusting causes corrosion. Fine. So we saw the cause. Now let's see preventive measures. What is the cause of corrosion? Exposure to moist air. Exposure to moist air. So what should be the remedies? Preventive measures. Remedies, or you can say preventive measures. Alright, let's see. First is application of paint, then application of oil, then use of zinc or coating of zinc, use of zinc or magnesium plates. I'll explain to you each of them. Then use of chemicals, use of animal paints, and use of alloys. Alright? Let's see one by one. These are the preventive measures. If you want to prevent metal corrosion, number one, application of paint. You can apply paint on the surface of the metal body. Alright? So what happens? Paint doesn't react with oxygen. It doesn't react with moist air. So because of paint coating, the metal inside remains safe and its contact with the moist air is disrupted. Are you getting me? Alright. But we have to clean our window grills, metal furniture every now and then. So due to friction, the paint gets removed and the rusting starts again. But if you don't want the rusting to begin, you will have to paint it periodically. Every year or two, you will have to paint the substances, objects which are made up of iron, metal. Application of oil. You can apply even oil. So if oil is applied on the surface of metal, the moist air cannot make contact with metal and the metal remains safe from corrosion. Now, which metallic tools, can be applied with oil? The implements which you use in your house garden, or the rim of the bicycle, the rim of the motorbike, scissor, needle, all these things. What you can do, you take little oil in a cotton cloth and then rub it over the surface of this metallic devices, tools. They will remain safe from corrosion. But this oil, it evaporates due to wind, so it doesn't remain on the surface for a long time. So every week or fortnight, you will have to apply the oil again. So that becomes laborious job. Anyway, certain implements which are very much useful to us, will have to protect them from corrosion, especially in monsoon season. Right. Now, coating of zinc. Children, have you seen the house roofs? Nowadays, we have pakka building, concrete building, but on the house roof, they put tiles made up of metal. Alright? Now, nowadays, those metal tiles are coated with zinc because zinc doesn't get oxidized easily. So, the iron which is used in making of house roofs is coated with zinc. So, the zinc layer, when it comes in contact with moisture, doesn't get corroded easily, doesn't get oxidized easily, and the metal iron underneath remains safe. Alright? Well, here, even due to friction, if zinc is removed from some part of the metal plate, the zinc spreads and covers that exposed area. So, again, that exposed area also becomes safe from rusting or corrosion. Alright. Use of zinc or magnesium plates. Well, children, ship, it's made up of iron, especially the hull part. I've drawn little figure here, alright, to show the hull of the ship. It is totally made up of iron, correct? And when it is placed in water, the hull remains drowned in water. So the hull part of the ship is always in constant contact with the water, which is salty, so it easily corrodes it. Rusting takes place faster than the normal water. Alright, normal water, I mean the water in which less salt is dissolved. Seawater has plenty of salt, so corrosion takes faster. So what to do? It's going to be very expensive if you have to replace hull after every few years. So what they do? They cover this hull of the ship by fixing zinc plates, magnesium plates. Alright, now zinc or magnesium, the whole hull of the ship is covered with zinc plate. They are fixed with the help of bolts. Alright, now, so seawater remains in contact with zinc plate and not with the hull, which is made up of iron inside. Alright, so after some years, the zinc plates get corroded. It gets corroded. So what they do? They remove those plates and then they substitute other zinc plates by it. Okay? So what happens? This is less costly affair. ये थोड़ा कम महंगा है. Okay? If you have to replace the whole hull made up of iron, it's going to be very costly. So here we are preventing the corrosion of hull of the ship, which is made up of iron, by using zinc plates. Use of chemicals. When you apply some chemicals on the surface of metal, they form strong bonds with it and cover the surface, disallowing the moist air to come in contact with the metal and hence prevent corrosion. Right? Use of enamel paints. You might wonder, paint to aa gaya. Now enamel paint kya hai? Now see, earlier times, the paints which were developed were called only paints. But on the later stage, modern paints, they are called acrylic paints based on water, based on oil, based on gas. Alright? So this modern days paints, they are all enamel paints. Alright? This is simple paint. Of course, this is more effective than this simple paint. Alright? Okay. So if you apply enamel paints on the surface of metal, then also corrosion is prevented. Use of alloys. Now children, iron plus chromium plus nickel. First, try to understand what do you mean by alloy. When you mix two or more metals together and form a new substance, that new substance is called alloy. Actually, it is a mixture. Actually, alloy is element, compound and mixture. So your metals are elements. When two or more elements, metallic elements, are combined, a substance formed is a mixture, which is called alloy. But alloy has different property. Okay? Now see. Iron forms rust easily. Around 70% of iron is taken. Chromium 20% and nickel 10%. So if you take 70 gram of iron, take 20 gram of chromium and 10 gram of nickel. Uska homogeneous mixture. Just like adding lime juice, sugar and to water to form lime juice water. ऐसे ही आपको इसका homogeneous mixture करना है, spread evenly. Alright? So the resulting substance you got is called stainless steel. You have heard of it. इसका जो mixture है उसे कहते हैं stainless steel. Now stainless steel contains 70% iron, but it doesn't get rusted, though there is 70% iron. Stainless steel utensils used in the kitchen, stainless steel implements used for surgery purpose, Alright, they never corrode if it is pure stainless steel. Alright, so use of alloys is another way of preventing corrosion. Alright. Children, your favorite food, packaged food, wafers, correct? What have you observed? Sometimes when you open the packet, you get bad smell, foul smell, and when you put in your mouth, it tastes very bad. Why? Because that wafers or those chips or whatever content is there, which is deep fried, is spoiled. Correct? How it got spoiled? Because that food which is packed in the packet got oxidized. It got oxidized. When it is packed, what happened? Some air contains in it. Alright? So in the air there is oxygen. This oxygen oxidizes the food. So in specific period of time, the food, its taste changes, its odor, the smell, fragrance changes, and it becomes foul. It becomes bad. Okay, such food is spoiled food, or it is called rancid food. It is called rancid food. And the process of becoming food rancid is called rancidity. It is called rancidity. Alright? The process of spoiling of food, or process of food becoming rancid, is called rancidity. Now, how to prevent rancidity? Well, you have to use antioxidants. You have to use antioxidants while packing the food. So when the food is packed, it is flushed with nitrogen, which is very good antioxidant. When you buy a packaged food, alright, the package is bulged out and we say there is plenty of air inside. Actually it is nitrogen. Now in presence of nitrogen, the oxygen cannot combine with the food. So the oxidation of food doesn't take place. So that food in the packet remains unoxidized for long time. So it doesn't get spoiled easily. Okay. You know, everything has its expiry date, so it gets spoiled, but after a long period of time. On each packet, you see its expiry date. They might write best before 6 months, best before 3 months. So that is the expiry date. Okay, fine. Alright, so we have seen about rancid food and rancidity. Right? Now, well, oil containing food, they get spoiled because the oil in the food get oxidized. Okay, and because of which the food smells bad, it tastes bad, right? Such food is called rancid food, and the process of food becoming rancid, that is oil getting oxidized, that is called rancidity, right, children? That's all we have in this chapter. So we conclude this chapter as I have given you the task of reading activities. To be more precise, exactly there are 11 activities in the textbook of first chapter, chemistry. Alright? After so many equations being done, alright, with you, so much practice we have done in chemistry, before beginning the chapter, those activities, if you read with understanding, you will find it very easy. And as I said, on 2nd or 3rd of June, I'll take a test and the questions would be completely based on activities. It will be a short test and objective test, but still you have to be well prepared. Okay? Now, one of the student asked about the formation of sulfate ion. Right? Now let me tell you, if you have learned how to ride bicycle, right? Or ride a bike, or drive a four-wheeler. That doesn't mean now you are ready for flying aeroplane. It's somewhat like this. We have just learned about ionic bond and covalent bond. But since the child has asked, it's my duty to explain. Though I won't go into detail, but briefly I'll explain how sulfate ion is formed. The atomic number of sulfur is 16. So electronic configuration is 286. And that of oxygen is 8. So electronic configuration is 26. So we are talking about only the free electrons. These are completely filled. These are completely filled. So each sulfur and oxygen atom has 6 free electrons. And sulfur being less electronegative, we will take it as central atom, sulfur. Alright? And 4 oxygens will put on 4 sides. Here we are talking about Lewis structure, which you will learn in 11th and 12th standard chemistry. Alright? Chaliye, I am going to give 4 bonds. Sulfur has 6 free electrons. So it can form 6 bonds. Do you understand? Alright. So at 2 places it forms double bond with oxygen. At 2 places it forms double bond with oxygen. Children, let me tell you, in this there is 1 sulfur. So 6 free electrons are there in that. Plus there are 4 atoms of oxygen. And each atom has 6 electrons. So 4 into 6 electrons are from 4 oxygen atoms. Plus 2 electrons they gain and become negatively charged ions. So 2 electrons are gained, those electrons. So it makes 32. Totally 32 electrons are there. Now in this Lewis structure, you have to just show how those 32 electrons are arranged. Alright. Sulfur, first I give 4 bonds. Alright. Now look. 2 electrons. 1 bond means 2 electrons. Now 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Here also 2 electrons are shared by oxygen. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And this 2, 8. 2, 4, 6 and 2, 8. 2, 4, 6 and this 2, 8. 2, 4, 6 and this 2, 8. Alright. If you count, 32 electrons are there. 32 electrons are there. Now look here. 2, 4, 6, 8. 10, 12, 14, 16. 18, 20, 22, 24. 26, 28, 30 and 32. These electrons are arranged. Now, there is plus 2 valency on sulfur. I am not going to go in depth to explain to you that. And minus 1, minus 1, minus 1 and minus 1 valency on oxygen. Alright. So, plus 2 minus 4 gives net charge minus 2. Or there is one more way of getting it. And that is, I remove this 2 valence electron and form bond with sulfur. I remove this 2 and form bond with sulfur. So only this 2 minus 2 is left. And here plus 2 minus 2 becomes 0 by sharing those electrons. I cannot ask you, do you understand? Because you may not understand that. Alright. Anyway, so this is the structure of sulfate. Here also you count now. Okay. Here single bond is there, so it will have minus 1 charge. Single bond is there, so it will have minus charge. Minus 1 becomes minus 2. Here also 32 electrons are well arranged. 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12. 12 and double bond, so 4, 16, 18, 20, 22, 24, 24, 26, 28 and 4. 28 plus 4, 32. So this is how SO4, sulfur 1 atom, 4 atoms and minus 2 ion is formed. Is that clear to you? Okay. See children, sigma bond, pi bond, coordinate covalent bond, they are involved in this formation. Children, I'll give you one example, though I don't want to go into depth. Yes, suppose you four of your friends and you, so totally 5 of you, go for a movie Alright? And the friend sitting at the back of your bike on the way, midway, just tells you, I've got no money to buy tickets. So what you will do? You may say, alright, don't worry, I've got money, I'll pay for you. So at the theater, when you reach, say suppose 100 rupees is the ticket amount, so you will ask three of the friends, come on, give 100. So they will give 100. Three of them give 100 from their pockets, and the fourth one, you have promised to pay for him. So 200 rupees you will remove. So 500 rupees, 5 tickets you will buy. Correct? Okay? So you have helped your friend. Okay? But instead of that, what you do? On the bike itself, you just stop the bike and says, okay, take this 100 rupees, keep with you. Alright? When we reach the theater, you give that 100 rupees to me. Alright? So, after that you reach the theater, you asked all your 4 friends to remove 100 rupees each. The one whom you give 100 rupees gives you again. So that money was yours only, you could have kept with you, or what you did. But here, coordinate covalent bond is formed. Children, well, your money he is giving you back to buy the ticket. Alright? Some sort of things happen here also, which is called coordinate covalent bond. Forget about pi bond, sigma bond. You will study in, well, 11th and 12th standard. Okay, if you want to fly aeroplane, you will have to learn many laws of physics. So like that, here you will have to learn many types of bonds to understand that. Okay, fine. So only one query I had in this chapter, and that was about this. If you have more, you can WhatsApp me. Right? Fine. Now I had received one call from a parent saying my child missed 7 videos in a row. The videos were there with the boy, right? But he did not see it properly, or he did not totally see those videos. Why? Because in his house, the net connection is better on the first floor. So the boy goes to first floor, that is of the house, and studies there. Now whether he watches the video, doesn't watch, the parents do not know. Alright. And suddenly, on inquiring, one day the parent came to know the last 7 videos were not properly watched by this boy. So they were worried. Okay. Well, if something like that has happened with you, please, nowadays you are going to have a break. Alright. So during the break, you can re-watch those videos, and it's my request to watch those videos in sequence, in proper order. Then you will get the best result. Alright? So, enjoy your break, but still, there are so many hours in a day, so only wasting time is not going to be helpful. So, prepare or read those activities in the textbook, plus tomorrow or day after tomorrow, I'm going to give you notes, science notes, especially the answers of all those questions which are in the textbook. Mostly in the board examination, the questions are asked from the textbook. So once you get those notes, write in your notebook and learn them. Alright, so we end up this session. Now we'll see you on 2nd of June. Goodbye, have a good day, and have a good short break. Enjoy yourselves. Bye-bye.